The Amazing Spider-Man issue 37 catches up with Peter, who knows between school, feast, friends, and being Spider-Man, there isn't just enough time in the day and things always slip through the cracks, and you can hear the angry voice in his head yelling at him for letting so many people down. Jameson meanwhile rants about the mayor and him focusing on vigilantes rather than the sanitation problem of the city. Suddenly he is cut off the air by Chet and Chet, who storm into the control room and take over the show. Jameson angrily leaves, running into Nora Winters. Jameson doesn't want to see her and thinks that she's harassing him, but Nora says that Jameson gets harassed enough on air. Jonah passes off the Chet's harassments as harmless ribbing of professionals, but the two continue making fun of him, and Nora offers to buy Jonah lunch. Heading to a pizza place, Nora says that she hates seeing Jonah like this, despite him being a terrible boss to her in the past. Jonah says that he coddled her and that was a mistake since she wouldn't have been ran out of town if she wasn't. Nora says that she owes him for that, since it forced her into a different kind of journalism, online clickbait journalism, where she has made more money and has had her work seen by more people than when she worked at the Bugle. Jonah dismisses the tabloids she works for as bottom feeders who with no accountability, but Nora reminds him that he once created a supervillain just to get a story. However, Jameson says that he didn't need to make top 10 supervillain lists like she does now. Nora says that he was doing clickbait before it was a thing, with his hit pieces on Spider-Man. However, Jameson says that Spider-Man is a hero now, but Nora thinks that thanks to Jonah, Spider-Man is in a permanent state of cancelled, and he didn't even need social media to do it, which is why she wants to offer Jonah a chance to create a clickbaiting website with her. Upon seeing the return in investment that it would make him, the reluctant Jonah agrees. Peter meanwhile knows that he is stuck in the same rut, and he needs something to change that. That is why Peter and Jamie begin work on the Clairvoyant. Peter says that the power source it has right now is just temporary, and since he can't get any more of the same power, it will only be used in large-scale beta tests and benchmarks. He reassures Jamie that he will do short doses of it, but has a question for Jamie. Peter asks him why he never got a 100% result, and the prediction wasn't fully certain. Jamie says that it never happens, since they are surveying an infinite spectrum, and the device tabulates probability based on the common threads in those spectrums, and it's mathematically impossible to find the perfect route. Peter finds that a relief, since the last time the heroes found something that could predict the future, things got a little heated. Knowing the power of this device, Peter wants to ask some people he trusts about it and get their opinions on it. Peter goes to see a group of people including Reed Richards, She-Hulk, and Captain America, all who come to the consensus that Peter is to be trusted with this responsibility. He begins his beta tests, using the device to get in front of problems before they even become catastrophes, and even saving more people's lives in the process, and get his life back a little. He begins thinking of the people in his life and how he's always letting them down, but today he isn't going to do that. Dropping by a bodega, Peter grabs some snacks, and after waiting for an old woman to buy her lotto tickets, he buys some flowers, warns the owner of his furnace, and races home, just in time for his video date with Mary Jane. Mary Jane is surprised he answered the phone, but Peter says that it's his day off and he's got big plans to watch the season finale of Janet Van Dyne's Extreme Superhero Makeover with his girlfriend. He shows her the flowers as they sync up their TVs and watch the show. However, Peter soon falls asleep. Elsewhere, Kindred wonders if Norman really got under his skin back in Ravencroft. He gets back to the task at hand, talking to the not present Peter that it is past time that he shows him what he's really capable of, and the best part is he won't have to do it alone, since he knows the truth about them and they will face it together. Using his powers, he conjures up lightning, saying Peter's judgment is at hand as he resurrects Sin Eater to torment Peter. The Amazing Spider-Man issue 37 continued Peter's mission to create the Clairvoyant device and how it will help get his life back into check. I did like that Peter went through all the motions of trying to justify such a device and how it could do something great. The Civil War II mention was a good reminder of just what the hell that event was even about, as well as approaching some of the other heroes with what to do. I do like that the device isn't a straight up future telling machine. It's got like little caveats, like it can tell you the future, but it's not 99% sure. I think that's really interesting and can lead to some really great wiggle room in terms of having things go certain ways, but then change at the last minute. The ending with the return of Sin Eater was really surprising, and I'm glad we are continuing to see movement on the Kindred storyline after a few issues of it not appearing thanks to the 2099 stuff. So glad that story's back, and hopefully we get some big revelation very soon. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10.